If you are a Georgia parent and you have not heard about the Georgia Promise Scholarship yet, stop what you are doing and pay attention because this video could change your child's entire educational path. I'm going to break down what this scholarship is, who qualifies, how much do you get, how do you spend it, and when the application date closes. And if you stay until the end, I'm going to tell you how to have direct access to me and my online school community where parents just like you are getting together and having these conversations every day. Okay, let's get into it. My name is Dr. Lenise Bostic, and I am the founder of Bostic Educational Group. And we help parents navigate the public school system, IEPs, 504 plans, academic strategy, and yes, school choice, so that your child gets the education that they actually deserve. I work with parents every day who are doing everything right, showing up to school meetings, advocating for their kids, staying on top of grades, and feeling like the system is not fully working for their child. This scholarship is one of the tools I want every Georgia parent to know about. So let's get into it. So, first, what exactly is the Georgia Promise Scholarship? The Georgia Promise Scholarship was signed into law in 2024 through a Senate bill, and it was designed to empower families to pursue educational programs outside of the public school system, including private schools or homeschools or any other type of program outside of the public school system. So, in the simplest way I can put it, if your child is currently enrolled in a Georgia public school, that is located in the bottom 25% of academically in the state, the Georgia Promise Scholarship gives the family up to $6,500 per year per child towards private schools, tutoring, therapy services, and any other approved education expense. This program functions like an education savings account. So that means like it has the flexibility in how funds are spent rather than the money going directly to the school or directly to one public school institution. So now let me say this clearly. So I want parents to be, very clear. It's not a loan. It is not a loan. This is money that you can keep. It's not financial aid and it's not money that you have to pay back. This is state funding. Your child has state funds no matter where they go to public school. They have state funds that follow them. Now these state funds go directly to the parent. These are your tax dollars. Your tax dollars for the state of Georgia is making available to families who meet the eligibility requirements. The Georgia Education Savings Authority, also called the GESA, administers the program. And they handle the funds, manage the payment system, and support families through the process of the Georgia Promise. And yes, the Promise Scholarship, it is paid out quarterly. So the money comes in 4 installments throughout the school year, going directly into your child's scholarship account and directly in for you to be able to spend. Okay, now let's talk numbers because that's what parents want to know. Where's the money? How much is it? For this academic year, the scholarship provided $6,500 per eligible student paid in 4 installments. The scholarship amount for the 26-27 year will be announced once state funding formulas are finalized. So you got to keep your eye out on how much it is. It's going to be at least $6,500, but you got to keep your eye out on it. So now $6,500, let's think about that. $6,500 per child. So that means if you have 2 children, you qualify for $13,000 in educational funding for your family. And it's just brand new. This is school choice. So when we hear the buzzword school choice, this is what they're talking about. I want you to really think about that. That is real money that can go towards private school tuition, certified tutor, therapy service for your child's expenses that many families are already paying out of pocket anyway, but this is now funds that the state can help you pay for. Okay, so now let's talk about who is eligible. Eligibility, because this is where a lot of families kind of get confused about who they assume they don't qualify or they make too much money and they won't qualify and they actually just write it off without even checking to see if you qualify for it. And let me be clear, many families do. There are 4 main eligibility requirements, and we're going to walk through each one. The first one is Georgia residency. Yes, you got to live in the state of Georgia. So we're not having people coming from California or Alabama to get the Georgia Promise Scholarship. No, you have to be a resident in the state of Georgia. However, if you're active duty military stationed in Georgia, that residency requirement is waived. Public school enrollment. All right, so students must be currently enrolled in Georgia Public School for 2 consecutive semesters or be a rising kindergartner entering for the first time. So if your child has been in the Georgia Public School system this year and last year, then they meet that requirement. And if you have a child who's about to start kindergarten in the fall, they may also be eligible. Okay, so this is where a lot of parents have some concerns or wonder if they're eligible or not. Here is one that trips people up, so listen carefully. Eligibility only extends to students who reside in the district of the schools performing in the bottom 25% academically, according to a statewide ranking by the Governor's Office of Student Achievement. What that means is practically this. Your eligibility is based on the school zone to your home address, not necessarily the school your child attends. So you have to look at your home address. If an elementary school zone to your address is listed as an eligible, but your child attends a high school that is not listed, you are still eligible because the school zone to your address is included on the list. So don't assume you don't qualify just because your child's current school is not on the list. You have to check the address, and then you can find the full list of eligibility zones. And I have a link in the description that will tell you how to get to that list and see if your child's school is on that list. Okay, so now let's talk about what the money covers. This is the part that honestly surprises so many parents because the answer is a lot more than just tuition. Families can use the funds for private school tuition, fees, required textbooks, tutoring services, curriculum, physician and therapist services, transportation services up to $500 per year, and other approved expenses. Let me say that again so that we can understand. Tutoring, therapy, transportation, curriculum. This is not just a private school voucher. This is flexible educational funding. So if your child has an IEP or a 504 plan and they receive speech therapy, occupational therapy, or behavior therapy, those services may be covered. If your child needs a certified tutor, that may be covered. If your child needs or goes to a specialized school or requires provider transportation, that may be covered. And any unused funds remain in the student account for future eligible expenses. So you're not losing money if you don't use it right away. Okay, so now you've learned everything about the Georgia Promise Scholarship. Let's talk about how to actually apply because knowing about the scholarship and actually getting it are two different things. All right, step one. The Georgia Promise Scholarship student window application window for the 26-27 school year is open from May 1st to May 31st. So at the time this video is posted, it's open. The application is open. Step two, go to the official portal. The official application portal is at mygeorgiapromise.org. Do not apply through third-party sites. Go directly to the official site. I will have a link in the description for you to follow. Step three, gather your documents. You will need to prove you're eligible. This includes proof of Georgia residency, either a Georgia driver's license or state ID for the parents, along with information about the student and the parent and guardian. Have your school enrollment records available as well. So if you're in, like, say, for instance, DeKalb County, they have Infinite Campus. If you have Power School, all of those things will have your official school records for your students, and you have every right to that, and you will need that for this application process. Step four is submit your application. Priority is not given based on when you apply within the window. So you can apply at any point during the open period, but I still say do it today. Don't let a busy week cause you to miss a deadline that you could have taken advantage of for your child's education. So don't wait. Go ahead and apply. And finally, the last step is you just wait for notifications. Families will be notified if they've been awarded the funds. So now let's talk about after you are accepted. Once you're accepted into the program, here's exactly what you need to know. Families may be asked to complete a brief re-verification process each year to confirm that you are, participating again. But they do not need to reapply annually. Students who relocate out of the district but remain in the state will not be removed from the program. Students must complete annual testing to remain in compliance with the program. So once you are in, you are protected as long as you stay in Georgia and meet the annual testing requirement. Now, here's what I want to say before we wrap up. I know that for a lot of parents watching this video, the Georgia Promise Scholarship is just one piece of a bigger puzzle. Maybe you've been navigating an IEP or a 504 plan. Maybe you're trying to figure out if your child is actually meeting their needs at the school that they currently attend. Maybe you left a school recently feeling more confused than when you walked in. That is exactly why I built the Powerful Parent Academy, my private community on school. Inside the Powerful Parent Academy, you get access to a growing community of parents who are navigating these same conversations: IEPs, 504 plans, school choice, academic strategy, college planning. We have planning templates, checklists, scripts, workshops, direct access to me and my team so that you never have to figure this out alone. This is the community I wish had existed when so many of the families I work with first started fighting for their children. The link to join is in the description below, and I would love to see you inside. To recap everything we've talked about today, the Georgia Promise Scholarship gives eligible Georgia families up to $6,500 per child to use towards private education and tuition, tutoring, therapy, and much more. To qualify, your child needs to have been enrolled in a Georgia public school for 2 consecutive semesters or be entering kindergarten, and to be zoned in the bottom 25% of the state academically. The application window is open right now through May 31st at mygeorgiapromise.org, and the link will be in the description. Do not wait. Deadlines are real, and this is real money for your child's education. If you found this video helpful, please like it, share it with other Georgia parents who need to see it, subscribe to my channel, and don't miss our next video. And if you want to go deeper, join us inside the Powerful Parent Academy. The link is right below this video. Thank you.